Okay, for this year, I'm going to set up my SuperStar display on a mast instead of up against my house. And so here you can see we've got a 1.5 inch, a 10-foot length of 1.5 inch conduit. And here's a coupler. We bought this at Home Depot. And then there's another 6-foot piece. And then we ended up needing another 18 inches here, and so there's another coupler, and then here's an adapter that goes down to the 1/2 inch pipe. Although the adapters, the mounting brackets that I sell now are 3/4 inch pipe because it's easier to find an adapter that goes from 1.5 to 3/4 than it is to get one that goes from 1.5 to 1/2. So if you buy the mounting bracket from me, this will be 3/4 inch pipe. So this is 16 ribbons, and you can see this is the RGB star here, and my son Paul's helping me. He's gonna pick it up a little bit so we can see the back. You can see here's the drop down piece, and here's the mounting bracket, and we drilled 3 holes through the drop down piece and the back of the star and put 1/4 inch bolts right here, and there's one there and one here. And then you can see we have just some little bolts that we attached the PVC pipe to the mounting bracket, and you can see we put a little a bolt in between there so that there's some space, and that made it so that we could put a zip tie up here to attach the ribbons to the PVC pipe. And I used the old CCB 100D, I think, controllers is what they're called. There's 2 50 pixel strings hooked to each one of these controllers, and I've got 2 of them stacked on top of each other here. So, and yeah, I should show you. Here's the mounting bracket, and we had to put a little, I don't know what you call these, a little coupler here, and then we had the piece of pipe and the adapter there. Okay, I think you can set it down. We're going to lift it up, and I'm going to use this rope to help me pull it up, and my son's going to be at the bottom. I'm going to actually not very many people are going to be able to do this, but in my case I got this rope and I got it up to our window, and I'm going to go up in the window. I'm just going to pull from there and pull it up, and we actually made a cement thing in the ground here. We're going to have, there's a sleeve there, we're going to put it down in, but I'm also going to have 2 ropes up, 2 ropes at the top to hold it also. I want to make sure it doesn't fall down. So let's hoist it up. Well, I have a 10-foot piece of PVC pipe going across the bottom here, and I also have my controllers in some plastic containers. I have the old CCR controllers where there's one controller for each ribbon, so it requires a fairly big box. But you probably will have a Pixie 8 controller, just one, I mean a Pixie 16 that you can put in the middle and power all 16 of them. Now, when you look at the tree, I don't know how well you can see it there, but the middle bows quite a bit, so I'm going to put a crossbar across there, and I think I'm just going to zip tie it on instead of using bolts. It'll be easier, and I might do a close-up of the zip ties here. If you can see there, pipe is just a little bit too big to use one zip tie, so it required using 2 zip ties around each thingy here. And at the bottom here, I used some number 8-32 bolts that take a 2-inch long bolt with a nut on the end, and that's what's holding that together. So I'm going to go up and put my crossbar on now. And so, as you probably realized also, that there's a 10-foot piece of PVC pipe across the bottom here. So the bottom is 10 feet wide, which is a little bit not as wide as my old SuperStar display, but I think 10 feet wide works out well because the bottom strands end up being a little close together, and it makes the images look a little better at the bottom. Okay, here it is with the crossbar in place, and you can see all the PVC pipes are much more evenly spaced. I ended up putting a screw on the 2 end pieces and then just using zip ties in between so I can slide them around and adjust them as necessary. And we had some heavy rains, and these containers seem to have worked just fine. There's no water inside,